everyone, PushingUpRoses here, and today we're going to be taking a look at Undertale, which somehow dodged my radar. No idea how that happened, as this game is fiercely appreciated by just about the entire gaming community. The reach this RPG indie title has is absolutely astounding. Written by one person, Toby Fox, with additional artwork by Temmie Chang, Undertale has won the hearts of many with its unconventional RPG elements and its hilarity. Now, I had seen plenty of screenshots going around Twitter with posts of praise and admiration, and my initial response was, whatever. I saw a couple screenshots that looked like this and thought, yeah, okay, I'm sure it's charming, but it doesn't look like anything special, so I'll pass. It was not until one of my friends posted a review on YouTube and a night where I was really drunk and spent all my money on Steam games, Undertale included in that haul, that I decided to give it a go. All of my preconceived notions about this game were completely and entirely incorrect. You'll notice immediately that aesthetically, it takes a lot of inspiration from Earthbound, and Fox has also stated that it pays homage to Shin Megami Tensei. The music, however, gives me more of a Chrono Trigger vibe and provides the perfect atmospheres for the settings. Wake up, Chrono! And whether this is the author's intent or not, there are a lot of elements that remind me of the Zelda games, particularly Link's Awakening. In spite of these conspicuous references to RPG's past, Undertale has its own very strong identity and feels very modern. The plot is as follows. Years and years ago, there was a violent war between humans and monsters. The humans were victorious and using magic sealed all of the monsters underground away from sunlight and civilization. The magic barrier seals monsters from getting to the surface, which the humans claimed for themselves, but there is a way out. 7 human souls will break the barrier and free the monsters, but the souls are acquired by the termination of said humans. The reason for this conflict is unclear to the player and of course will be revealed the more you play and unravel the story. You play as a little kid who goes unnamed for the majority of the game. You wake up in the underground having fallen down and landing in a small patch of flowers. After doing some light exploration, you come across a flower! Aww, his name is Flowey! Oh, it's so cute and it wants to help me! Oh, friendliness pellets! I want friendliness pellets! Flowey? What's wrong with you, Flowey? Oh god. No, Flowey, no! So a murderous flower tries to kill you, but you are saved by a motherly-like cow named Toriel, who takes you under her wing and guides you back to her home, which she says is now your new home. Though you aren't exactly thrilled to live in the ruins, which is a small part of the underground, so you decide to traverse the underground in hopes of finding an escape to go home. During your journey, you will come across many monsters, some friendly and some not, whom you can either spare or fight. That is one of the coolest things about this game. You can play it as a pacifist, a completely homicidal maniac who kills everything they see, or a neutral player, somewhere in between. This really fucked with my learned behaviors of how RPGs usually work. When I play an RPG, I kill every monster, hands down. I didn't take the game seriously when it blatantly said you really don't have to kill anyone in this game to complete it. It actually encourages you not to kill anyone, but I was like, maybe I have to kill this one, because that's what I was used to. Let's just say my first run of this game was not too peaceful. It's actually more challenging to play the pacifist path, while killing enemies is much easier, but however you choose to play will impact the story and the end of the game. Sparing enemies is particularly fun just so you can see the actions that pop up. There's also some added challenge to that, as certain actions will work for some enemies and not for others, though I'd say flirting with your enemy is a pretty obvious choice. Oh, why hello there, Mold Small. Aren't you looking like a fun piece of jello mold today? Oh, a sexy wiggle. Wiggle wiggle to you too, baby. The character reactions are bizarre and hilarious. I found myself laughing out loud at a lot of the dialogue bubbles and even the fight sequences themselves. Like this dog, for example, which I laughed at forever. It's just a really excitable dog, and the more you pet it, the more its neck stretches? I kept petting him over and over, and his excitement just got more and more ridiculous, and I enjoyed every minute of it. Many of the characters have very distinct and lovable personalities, but my favorite, and what appears to be the fan favorite, is Papyrus, named after the font. I can just relate to him so much. The internet! I'm quite popular there! He's the epitome of a really pathetic evil villain who honestly just needs some friendship. His expressions crack me up even though they're very simply designed. I read everything he says in this really snooty English voice. I will capture a human, and then I, the great Papyrus, will get all the things I utterly deserve. Also, there's this guy. He just looks very... Besides Papyrus, I also really like the sad ghost. He's a ghost, and he's sad, and he likes to lie on the floor listening to music. After a great meal, I like to lie on the ground and feel like garbage. I relate to this on a very personal level. The humor is just my style. It's very modern and very grounded in internet and pop culture. While I consider many games to be very humorous or amusing, it's more rare that I laugh out loud at something while playing it, but this game managed to tickle my funny bone. Funny bone! I want to avoid spoilers as much as possible here, and I won't give away any critical storylines or the end of the game or anything like that, but I do want to mention one of the coolest things I found in this game, and that is the fact that the game knows what you are doing. It's keeping track of your every move. This became apparent to me after I told Toriel I preferred cinnamon over butterscotch. I had accidentally X'd out of the game, booted it back up, and to my surprise, Toriel already knew my preference. Seems like a pretty innocuous thing, but you'll have to take my word on this. It will get completely messed up later on. The only way to get a clean run of the game without it remembering what you've already done is to either uninstall it and start over or manually edit the game's hidden files. The game is very charming and has a great emphasis on love and friendship, but if you take the genocide or neutral path, the gameplay gets completely fucked up. I love it. But truth be told, the narrative isn't anything groundbreaking. We've heard similar stories of humans in war with creatures rehashed time and time and again. It's the execution of this game as a whole that makes it enjoyable. And as far as hacking games and changing hidden files, that's not exactly a new concept either, but I feel the way it was implemented for this is extremely on point, and it all just works and flows very well for me. It also has elements of a few different genres that I find complement each other nicely. It has some obvious RPG elements, though there isn't any grinding, just some turn-based fighting and a few actions, and a few very easy puzzles. Depending on how you play the game, your health stats can also change. It also plays a lot like an adventure game to me, with the inclusion of the simple puzzle designs and the narrative and character interaction, and it also has some action parts as well. When you fight or talk to an enemy, you will turn into a little heart, which you can control with your arrow keys to dodge attacks. These parts are very similar to bullet hell games, named as such because the point is to dodge bullet-like projectiles that are flying at you, and they usually make you feel like you're in hell. I know it looks pretty easy, but it gets insane. It also manages not to get too redundant by switching up the designs. For example, in this flexing match I'm having with Aaron, the battle has big muscle attacks, and in this battle I'm having with a spider, it has spider attacks. Some of the boss battles can get pretty difficult and can really be an exercise in patience, but overall, getting through them, especially without fighting, is very rewarding. The game was developed in Game Maker Studio and took approximately 2.5 years to make. Considering this was done by primarily one person, I would say this game is extremely impressive, which is why so many people have fallen in love with it. It has gotten outstanding marks from many critics, and now it'll receive another one from me. Some people tout it as the best PC game of all time, and I'm not really in agreement with that, but it's easily on my mental list of funniest games and even top games of 2015. The title also got everyone writing amazing game theories, and it's easy to see why. It can be symbolic of so many things, and it's very enjoyable to dissect. It definitely has a lot of emphasis on discrimination and prejudice, and there are many characters to analyze and even hidden game files to alter. I highly recommend looking into it because the game gets very interesting. I bought it on Steam for about $10, which I deem a very good price for the experience I had. The soundtrack can also be purchased on Steam, which I recommend if you're a fan of classic-sounding RPG music. My initial run took me about 7 hours to get through, and I plan on playing the other routes as well. Seeing and playing this amazing title of excellent quality makes me happy and fills me with determination. Hey everyone, thanks for watching my review on Undertale. I really hope you give this game a shot because I really did enjoy it. If you want to see another review on a fantastic game, then check out my video on King's Quest VI. There's singing! Also, social media. If you want to read my mundane tweets and posts about my everyday life, then be sure to check me out on Twitter and Facebook, or if you want some extra perks, there's always Patreon. Comments are welcome down below, and as always, I will see you guys in the next one.